Good morning, everybody. It is Friday I don't even know. I think it's maybe the 12th. I don't know. It's July something. It's not payday, so it's not important. That's how I see it. So today we're going to be talking about one of my so-called favorite topics. And I use the word so-called favorite topics because it's a topic. It's important. It's, it's one of the most important ones. As you see from the title of this one, you're going to be very excited. Basically, how to triple your sales. 300% growth. A lot of people get involved in this whole publishing thing, and a lot of them lose money. Now, you know how I feel about losing money. It's a bad idea. I don't do this because it's cute and fun, and I like to toss money down a pit. I got medical bills for my wife and my son in the several thousand. That's why I do this job. It helps pay for those medical bills. Because let me tell you, if you didn't know, cancer's kind of expensive. And when they come with you with a bill and they tell you, this bill is going to be $30,000, and you look and go, damn! And that's for sadly enough, that's for a 2-day stay in the hospital. And I use that word 2-day stay flexible, but it really was 18 hours in the emergency room. Yeah, that's how crazy it was. So, when you see numbers like that, it's 2 days, you're just like, oh, geez, what am I going to do? I can't work any harder. But, you can. You kind of can. And what I mean by that is that you can work smarter. Because harder is people just work harder, and you make a penny more. That's not a good use of your strength. I'm a very big believer. Let's go smarter. Let's think about how we would logically do this. And, there's lots of ways you can do it. There's lots of ways you can do it and do it very well. One of the most traditional ways, and I've talked about this platform, and I've used this platform because I know it works. I know many other publishers use this platform also. It's the one product released a week. It's a very strong way, and I've said it before, which is true. It's a very strong way to get a lot of market share very quickly. And it's very much it's kind of a land grab. You go out there, you got a good product, you start putting stuff out, bang, bang, bang. People keep seeing you, boom. It's how you get out there, and it's very, very quick. The downside to this is that you can get hooked on the whole, I call it adrenaline junkie aspect of, I gotta have a product out every week. I gotta have a product out every week. And it's like, I gotta get my fix. That's kind of the problem of it. I used to do that a lot. That's a great way to grab, massive amounts of market share very quickly. Because, you release a product a week, you do for 3 months, that's 12 products. And if these products are, decent sellers, making you, let's say a buck. Let's say something as small as a buck. A buck of product. Not a lot of money, but you got 12 of them, you're going to get somebody's sales. You're going to get some decent sales. You'll get some possibly really good money. Can you sell 4 a week of each one? Yeah, 4 a month? Yeah, that's not unrealistic at all. That money comes in, boom, hey, look at money in my hand. Look at that, that's good. And you keep doing that every month. The money starts building up very quickly and accumulating very quickly. If you can keep those numbers up that high for a long time. As I said, I've used it a lot. I like the plan, but I really want to change it up because it's good, but it's not. It's it does kind of force you in an odd position, and what comes in all of that kind of stuff, rules bloat and stuff like that. Because really, people focus on, and this is going to sound like I'm talking about people, but I kind of am, but I'm not, but I am. People start doing, how many more feats can you need? How many more spells can you need? And it's like, I've always been like, geez, man, do you really need another spell? There's so many spell books out now, you couldn't need another spell. You really couldn't. There are tons of spells. Tons. Deep magic, boom, ton of spells. 1001 spells, tons of spells. Pathfinder itself, tons of spells. Ultimate Magic, tons of spells. There have got to be at least, probably somewhere, near 3,000 spells. And I'm just talking about probably those books and some other big major ones I'm forgetting. But there's got to be around 3,000 spells. 3,000 spells. That's a lot of spells. That's a lot of damn spells. And I'm always like, well, people, I'm gonna do another feat. I think you should only use a feat when you built a new class, or the feat does something that you cannot do game mechanically wise. That makes it possible. Owen did one just recently, and I basically called it very a la Captain America. It's very much, you're gonna basically you got a shield bash, you run somebody down, and then you keep hitting guys, and you're doing like bang, 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 bang. That's very Captain America-esque, and I told him that, and I was like, that's a good feat. That feat has not been done. That's something people would want to see. That's something they want to do. that makes it thematic. I am all for that. Like I said, if a feat is thematic or really enhances, stupid people on motorcycles, really enhances what you're doing, yeah, I'm all for it. I think it's good. That's when I'm like, yeah, let's do more of that. But it was like, but it's just another feat to, give you a +2 to something, and it's nothing really exciting about it. I'm like, man, F that. Waste time. That's stupid. What's the boy's name? Clinton Boomer. Prime example. All of Clinton's feats are phenomenal. They're feats that are worth looking at. But he's big on that whole building feat chains, and, this feat does this, and he ties a feat into a class and does something very, very cool with it. I think, he does it better than anybody else. I'm always amazed how much I enjoy his stuff. So that's something you should check out if you're going to do feats. And like I said, there's other guys giving away for free. He's giving away those feats for free. Those feats are free. And they're good feats. They're for free. Come on, man. How are you going to beat that? So my thing is let's look at other parts of the game itself. Let's look at other areas and let's think about, marketing to those areas. One of the areas that I know that I initially started doing some work with, just testing the waters, that I thought would be would be like the social, non-combat side. When we did our whole little debate book, I did it for D20 Modern, and we updated it for Pathfinder, but you can do full-out debates, court cases, the whole deal from that. And I've always said I wanted to expand to it eventually when I get around to it. But it is a great kind of thing to think about. Think about other areas that you can work on. Legendary Games did mass combat. People, mass combat. I like mass combat. I want to do mass combat. He developed that with Ultimate War and Ultimate Battle. Or actually, Ultimate War's not out. Ultimate Battle's out, right? I know one of them's out. Battle's out, and I think War's coming. That's funny you say it like that. The Kingdom Building rules. The Kingdom Building rules have come out, and they've gotten expanded, and there have been more people added to them, and it's like, that kind of stuff I find to be impressive. I like that. I like that kind of stuff. I think people should look at other stuff. For someone who does kind of the one product, does it more like the one product a month, but does a specific different area, Right Publishing, 30 different haunts, 30 this, 30, it's like, that's a very, very, very smart thing to do. You come associated with doing 30 things of this thing that may not be specifically a feat or a spell or a class. But really, guys, to me, it's at this point, it's like, okay, feats, spells, classes, new classes are not really needed. Now with the advanced class book coming out, I think this is going to be the end-all to be-all to spells. Just like the race book was the end-all to be-all for races. Yeah, it wasn't 100% balanced. Let's just be honest. Races aren't balanced. They never have been, and they never will be. We're just lying to ourselves to make ourselves feel better. They're not balanced. Let's just move on. But at least gives you a start where to work from to build a balanced race and stuff like that. So I'm assuming they're going to do the same thing for building a balanced class. So I'm going to be happy with that. I think once that comes in, we're going to look through and be like, oh, here's some cool ideas. Boom, 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 boom. Ready to go. I think that is an excellent choice. So, you pick stuff like that. You pick and choose kind of what works best for you. What other stuff works? Look at the guys at Dreamscar. They took psionics. That is their playground. And if you're going to do psionics, comes close. You're going to do psionics in Pathfinder. Yeah, there are other guys doing psionics, but let's just be blunt. Dreamscar's who you're going to be playing. Let's just call it like it is. They have maximized that area. So, like I said, the whole point of this whole thing is increasing your sales by 300%. I think it comes in a couple of ways you have to do it. Number one, you have to release bigger products. Small products are good initially, and I think they get you to that point you need to be. You get a certain cusp, right there. You're the small products guy. You get you going. You get some cash flow going, which is important. Let's be honest. The cash flow is what you need. And you get to that level, boom, I'm that level of cash flow. Then there's that next step, and this is that second step. You've got to make bigger products. And when I use the word bigger products, I'm talking at least 5,000 words, probably all the way to 10, maybe 12,000 words. But at that point, 10,000 words, and a lot of people don't know this, and I've known it because I do books. The ratio you should look at for every 1,000 words is roughly about 1.5 pages worth of content. So 10,000 words is about 15 pages of content. Remember, 1,000 words, 1.5 pages. Just remember that math. So you got a 5,000 to 10,000. Okay, 10,000 is a little more meatier than like the 4-page PDF which you put $2 on, no flinch. At 15 pages, okay, it's getting up there. That can easily break the $2.99 to even at the extreme the $4.50 range, depending on what it is, depending on what's going on. It's not a crazy amount. It's not super duper, but it's enough that you can get some good flow. It's like you're basically doubling the money you bring in. And this goes back to profit and how much is your margin. And I suggest if you haven't. Here's a little off topic, but I think it's important. If you haven't had a chance to do it, please check out a show that I watch a lot. I watch both seasons. I love it. It's called The Profit. It's on CNBC. The guy who does it talks, it's very much, I always say it's a complimentary show to Shark Tank. Everybody knows I'm a big Shark Tank fan. Selling your business, understanding that's one thing. But The Profit he gets a little more into the business and discusses things that, we don't really get to talk about, like the profit margin. If this thing costs you $1 to make, and you can sell it for $5, that's a great margin. That's a great margin. But usually what happens in gaming is that people pick a product that really costs them like $4, and they sell it. They go, oh, I don't want to sell it for too much. They sell it for like $4.50, and it's like, dude, those margins suck. You're never gonna get enough margin to make yourself profitable. So pay attention to your margin. I mean, really look at your numbers. Look at your numbers, and I mean, I don't look at my numbers hard enough. I look at them, but I really need to dig into them because I know off the top of my head, oh, this costs this, this costs this. I can do the quick math and know roughly where things should fall. But at the same time, it's like, what, you really gotta increase those margins. You gotta get better margins. And the best kind of place to get better margins is on larger products, because larger products just become better for you. Like, for example, the Pathfinder. I don't even know. I think it's 13. No, is it 10? I don't even know. I think it's 10 bucks. Let's just say $10 for the PDF. A 32-page book PDF is $10. This will just help me out. Well, first off, you're gonna have a good margin on that book. If you made the right choices. Because it's like, okay, 32 pages for quick math, and because I'm lazy. Let's say this thing is like 20,000 words. Let's say you pay 2 cents a word. That's $400 for that. So $400 for that, and you do editing, another $400, $800 for that. It's got 30 pages, so let's figure out of 32 pages, 6 or 7 are full of art. And this is where you're going to cut that corner. Like, okay, you can either go out and pay artists to get new stuff, or you can use stock art. If you're small, use stock art. If you can, save money, it's your own choice. But I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to say use stock art just for the quick math. All right, so stock art. So this cost me. I'm going to go crazy. Let's say I make $50 worth of stock art. And that's for me, that's a lot of stock art. Image portfolio. Oh, it's like hell, like $9.99, $8.99. That'll get you at least 4 or 5 pieces. You'll be good to go. Boom. You buy that $50. That's $8.50. You pay layout. Layout with some people say $1 a page. I don't even know what the rate is anymore. I don't know. Let's say another $50. So it's $900. $900. You got the PDF done, completed, ready to go. And they include art. They included, like I said, yeah, we're gonna make a cover from that. So $50. All right, so $900. All right. You figure $900. You've got to sell 100. 100 is where you want to kind of be at. That's the sweet spot. 100 units. That's good. 100 units is a good deal. That's when I break even. So if you do the quick math, that's $9 a PDF to get to that level. But that's before RPG Now takes a percentage and stuff like that. So you need to sell 100, but you really need to get the price up a little more. So you can do a couple of things. And here's the cool part. Here's the really interesting. If you've got a product that's 30 pages, find other kind of add-on things you can get to the product to make it even bigger and thicker. So if you go from you got this art, it's 32-page product. Suppose you decide, there's a way I can do cards on this. That's why I do a lot of cards. I tell people you should be doing cards. All your products should have some kind of card in it. That's a cool selling point. You add cards to it. Print-on-demand cards. Well, they got some cards. You can go from a 32-page book to maybe a 40-page book, maybe in a 45-page book. At 45 pages, then you can get kind of cool with the numbers. I use 100. Let's, just for a quick sake, I'll just say, we'll do one better. We'll say 200. 200 units. Because you say 100 units through PDF is that's a really good seller. But now, so many different fan bases, 100 isn't really crazy. Let's say 200. Let's bring it out to the real extreme. 200, $900, $450, boom. All right, $450. So but it's 40 pages. It's got all this cool stuff. I can probably put $8. I can put $8 and feel comfortable with it. Now, $8 minus the $4.50 gives me a very, 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 very nice $4. Oh, $8, $8. $3.50. Ooh, like $3.50 in my pocket. Is that $8? Right, $8. I keep thinking $8.99 in my head, but that's another thing. Also use end with a 99-cent pricing. That always helps sales. Kid you not, it works. I don't understand it either. I don't care. It works. I use it. There's a reason why. So let's say $8, $3.50 in your pocket. That's a pretty good margin. You know, that's a pretty good margin. That's not a bad margin. Now, here's where it's going to get interesting. If I could have done that same product, and maybe I didn't pay 2 cents a word. Maybe I paid. I'll be really rude. Maybe I paid 1 cent a word for the writing and 1 cent a word for the editing. It now goes from being $400 what we paid out. No, I'm sorry. $800 we paid out to $400. $400 plus the other $100. That's $500. $500 divided by that same 200 units, as we said. Anyone? No one screaming out? Okay. This goes down to $4. Jeez. It goes down to $4. Now you still have that $8 margin. Wait a minute, is that right? 2, 4, 105 divided by 2 makes 4. Yeah, $4. See, sometimes you gotta check your math. Yeah, $4. Hey, see what happens? You gotta start thinking about stuff when you're driving. You're trying to pay attention. 200 units divided by $500 equals, yeah, 40 cents. Is that math right? God damn it! This is why I need a calculator. Ugh. So, I keep thinking, oh my God. I've now fallen into a time hole trap of math. And I'm trying to think logically, but I can't because I'm driving. So I'll just move the decimal point 5, move it over. Let's say if it was I had a math meltdown in my car. Someone's like, I'm talking on my thing. You can't talk unless you want to be in the video. So, this is my coworker, Joyce.
Hello, everybody. Good morning.
Say, all right. So apparently I can't count, or I've been drinking in my car. So I want to do this math with a calculator because I am stupid, apparently. 250, which I knew, but for some reason I couldn't get that out. So weird. So, the margins go from $4.50 to $2.50. That's $2 extra dollars worth of margin right there. That's good money. That's like real good money there. But apparently, I couldn't figure that out without using a calculator. But apparently, the $4 thing kept throwing my mind off, and I don't know what happened there. So now I'm at work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see all the stuff behind me. That's them in my cubicle. It's exciting. That was Joyce you saw. Joyce is my coworker. So, yeah, that's where I am. I'm at $2.50 per. Now that was after. Now, if you're gonna get crazy, you can go back to the 100. The 100 makes it $5. While the other one, the 900 made it 9. 9? Is it 9? Yes, 9. Still $4 worth of margin. You could be working on that. So those are numbers you need to pay attention to. Pay attention to your margin. Your margin's where the real money's at. That's where you make yourself happy. That's where you get excited. The margin. A lot of people won't talk about margin. They just talk about how much money they made on something. It's all relative. If you didn't make any good money on the margin, it won't matter. You can make 10 million bucks, but you'll make 1% margin. That's gonna suck. You make $50, but you make 10,000% on the margin. That's fantastic. It's all about making that margin. So now I'm at work. I'm going to make this short and I'll be like, I didn't get to talk about the other topic I wanted to talk about because I got so involved in the stupid math question. See what happens when you're not paying attention. That's why, kids, you got to stay in school. Do simple math. Because apparently I lost my mind in the car and I couldn't remember what I did for a math problem. I don't know. I think that's about it. I'll talk about some other stuff later. Remember, margins are important. That's a great way to raise your sales 300%. Actually, your margins. Work with those numbers. Find out how flexible they are. Find about how much money you can save on doing maybe art in-house, or maybe using old art, or using stock art, or using public domain art, stuff like that. But do something that's interesting where you can make a little thicker margin. It's all about the margin, the thickness of the margin, the thickness. People like thickness. All right, I'm getting out of here, and I gotta see how I'm gonna edit this together and make this not look totally ridiculous, which I think it will be. Talk to you later.